Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. In this training, I want to show you how to use your Facebook Lives, how to create ads that run directly to those Facebook Lives so that you can get the most out of your efforts for doing Facebook Lives for your business. We all know with Facebook's new algorithm that there's a lot more limited reach. So a really good way to reach a new audience for your business is to do a Facebook Live that will really resonate and then run some ads to it so that you can get some new eyeballs behind what you're talking about, behind your message and all those great things. So what we're going to do is walk through Facebook ads within the Power Editor and talk about exactly how to find your Facebook Live and run ads to it. So I'm going to open up the Power Editor. You can see I'm using the Chrome browser. That's really important. Otherwise, Power Editor will not work as well. And then I've got a client pulled up that I recently ran a workshop launch for. So we're going to look through some of her existing posts so we can find her Facebook Lives, and then we'll walk through how we would actually set up a Facebook Live ad for her if we were to do that. So what we're going to do is act as though we're creating a new campaign. So you have your Power Editor open. It's really not that hard to use as some people make it seem. Some people are like, ooh, Power Editor, it's really intimidating, it's really scary. But in my opinion, it's just a lot easier to edit multiple ads at the same time, but you don't have to if you're not comfortable doing that. So we're in the Power Editor, we're gonna hit Create Campaign, and we are going to, not gonna use hers, actually. We're going to go to create new campaign, and we will say, Facebook Live ad test, just for something. And I do encourage people to use the most detailed campaign names that they can. There are different ways to, sort back through your data and just see how different campaigns performed, but it's really hard to do that if you don't understand the name behind what you were creating. And we're going to set this campaign objective to traffic because we want to get, video views. So campaign objective, video views, because our goal is to get people watching the video, right? And then we'll say something like Facebook Live test video views. And when I'm running ads for clients, I'll put my initials at the beginning. I would do something like AAB or PL if it's from my agency. And in that way, they know which ads I've set up versus which ads were run by somebody else or, ones they've run for themselves. So we're just putting in some placeholder text. We're going to do that, and then we're going to hit new Facebook Live test. And then we're going to hit save to draft. And then it doesn't want to make it live right away. We still need to go in there and get all of our stuff set up. So video views, okay. Review draft items, that's going to be our next step. And it's telling us we have errors so far. Yes, we know that because we still need to actually put in what we're running ads towards. We need to put in our audiences, our targeting, our budget, all of those things we haven't even touched yet. So we're going to wait for it to pop up. It says preparing your changes for review. Okay, so you can see that we are in the campaign level of Power Editor, and we have our test set up here. We're still getting that spinning wheel. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Power Editor right now, but we're going to keep plowing through if we can. So you can see that here's the campaign level. This is where you'll be able to see the overall performance of the entire campaign, all of your different ad sets, all of your different ads. It's all going to be summarized on this screen. Click back into campaigns. At the campaign level is also where you'll set up the campaign details, like what type of objective you want for your ad, where you'll name your campaign, set up your buying type, and set up your limit on your spending limit. If you only want to spend, $200 on an entire campaign or whatever, that's a really low amount. But then if you want it to max out, you can set that limit here just for an extra safety precaution. So if we click into this blue underlined campaign, it brings us into the ad set area. And the ad set area is where you're going to set up who you're targeting, who you want to see your ads, how much you want to spend for those people to see your ads, and make sure that, you know, it's all within reach. So then you'll hit edit if you want to look at that. So budget and schedule, audience, detailed targeting, placement. We'll go through some of this in a second, and optimization and delivery. Those are all within the ad set level. Within the ads level, this is where you're going to create the creative. It's a nice word. That's where you're going to set up the actual ads, and this is where we're going to find our Facebook Live that's already in existence, and we're going to use that for our ads. So we're going to jump right into the ads for this campaign, and we have this red error sign because we haven't set up any video yet. So we're going to hit edit, and we're going to find our business page. We're going to run these from my personal page, Ellie Bjork, and we're going to go to create ad. And instead of creating a new ad or uploading a video, we're going to go to use existing post. So click that and wait for it to propagate. It's going to find, since this is for video views, it's looking for any post that I have that was a video. So this is pulling the exact post. So saying this is one of the most recent videos I did, a video all about top lead generation questions. And then if you want to edit what this says, you have to go into the actual post on your page to be able to edit it. This is just pulling what's already there, right? So you can add a call to action button. Maybe if I'm talking about a certain download, I can add that right here. So we'll just say HowtoRunAdstoFBLive.com. We'll do services or something like that, just as an example of what the button will look like. If you have, once you have your sales system put in place, this is where you'd put that call to action button. And this will link into your sales funnel where people can actually start taking that next step with you. So live Q&A. If you want to add some extra tracking, you can do this right here. That's a little bit more advanced, so we're not going to talk about that right now. Make sure we're using my pixel. Okay, good. And then we're going to hit review draft items. So my power editor is really pokey today, so it's going to take a long time, but that's the gist of how you would actually set up an ad for using your Facebook Lives that you've done on your personal, or not on your personal page because you can't run ads to those. On your business page, this is how you'd set up an ad going towards that. So when it comes to setting up the, we're going to hit cancel and just keep on going. We're going to go back into our ad sets and talk about who we would show these ads to. In the coaching industry, there's a very specific set of people that, you know, you're depending on what type of coach you are, if you're a life coach or a health coach, sales coach, relationship coach, if whatever type of coach you are, that's a life-changing coach, they're likely people that are leaders in your industry that you can, you know, go after their followers, knowing that if they follow this person, they'll likely enjoy the content that you're putting out there too. So daily budget, I usually, for video views, I would do it starting at $5 at least per day and then seeing how it goes from there. I always recommend going in and having your audiences pre-set up before you run any ads, so that when you get in here, you can just pick your existing audience. So I have this audience that exists, female entrepreneurs who shop online. Okay. And then I always edit placements, and you can test this out to see what works for you. Depending on how long your video is, you might be able to, or you might not be able to use Instagram. But I usually, for videos, I would take away instant articles. I would leave it in the news feed. I would leave in-stream videos and suggested videos and newsfeed. I'd take away instant articles, and then I would also take away the audience network, because the way the audience network and the videos seem to work together, I haven't had great results running ads in that way. I know from a personal user experience, I've been on an audience network partner, which is basically just like another site that Facebook has decided to partner with to show their ads on it. And I'll see the same ad 5 different times in one blog article. Like the way that it works just doesn't really seem to provide a great user experience yet. So up to this point, I take away audience network. I wouldn't do anything with the messenger ads at this point either. So let's stick with these. If it lets you do Instagram, that's great. I'm guessing it probably won't because of the length of the Facebook Live. So we're just going to focus on Facebook for now. So again, we'll hit review draft items. And if you're ever having issues with Power Editor like this, where it's not propagating, or it's not actually, I think it's doing this because I'm sharing my screen, so it's just going really slow. But you can always take a break and come back. And it does save all of your changes as you're doing them within Power Editor. So for the most part, it'll usually have it ready for you to review and save and make live when you come back. So that is how you would set up your Facebook Live as a Facebook ad, and how you would get all of those moving pieces put together so that you know the right people, your ideal audience is going to see your Facebook Live.